I am somewhat astounded by the enormity of the request that we find in the Gospels, in two different Gospels, in the Gospel of Mark and in the Gospel of Matthew. And the request was made of two men that said, Lord, in your kingdom, one of us would like to sit on the right-hand side of your throne, and the other would like to sit on the left-hand side of the throne. Now, again, we find it in two different Gospels, the Gospel of Mark, the Gospel of Matthew. In the Gospel of Mark, Mark just tells us the story, two men, James and John, who came and made that request to the Lord. However, Matthew tells us that it was the mother of James and John, that had put these two young men up to this. Well, to me, it's an enormous request. I mean, just think about it. To ask the Lord if you could sit on the right hand and the left hand of Him in the kingdom of God. Well, it brings me to a place in my mind that I'm really astounded by it, because we're talking about a very, let's say, arrogant spirit that would ask such a thing. And I've wondered, as I've thought about this, is it later on in life, did there ever come a time when these men might have been embarrassed about what they had asked of Jesus? I know for myself, I can think of two different things in my life, things that I did that I'm embarrassed about today. And no, I'm not going to tell you what they were, but I'm just telling you that I get a red face just thinking about it. And I thought about James and John. I mean, we refer to them as the sons of thunder. They're the ones that when somebody did something that they didn't think lined up with the way Jesus wanted things done, they wanted to rain fire from heaven down on them. And Jesus said, no, I don't think we'll do that. And here they've so boldly, whether they were put up to it by their mother or not, it's a very bold request to ask if Jesus can one of us sit on the right hand and the other sit on the left. Well, I thought about this. I said, well, when you get into the realm of flesh, and I think this was a fleshly desire, did it come down to the point to where one would say, well, I want to be on the right, I want to be on the left, because the right would be the prominent or the dominant side. And so, I mean, this is the way humanity works. When you allow yourself to enter into those carnal, soulish realms, then it becomes that which really is out of the spiritual realm into the carnal. But this is the way humanity very often is. This is Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.